Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay calm.
everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody calm down.
Cleveland! This is for you!
Is this real life?
A swing and a drive! To deep left! Away! Back! Goal!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in to another edition of the Real Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Paul Jacobek, and we sadly have to talk about the Browns today after that awful performance that they had against the Baltimore Ravens yesterday at Cleveland Brown Stadium. Thank God it is the last home game of the year. Thank God there's only 2 games left. And I'm still looking for somebody to go to this 0-16 parade with, because I'm for sure going, and it's for sure happening, because this team is not going to win a game. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not even going to talk about the actual game. We're just going to make fun of it for a little bit, because for the first time in 1991, or if you want to say 2009, it's up to you. We had the worst. Oh God. All right. So here's the stat. This is per NFL research. Verified everything on Twitter. DeShone Kizer had negative 12 passing. Oh boy. Negative 12 passing yards at the end of the first quarter yesterday. Let me just ask you, can you ever go to a time where you remember a guy having negative 12 passing yards in a freaking game? I seen my first game ever as a actual NFL, or not, whoa, Jesus Christ. Sorry. My first game ever playing football, ever, was in 7th grade. My first ever pass, I hit my dude Jason for a touchdown. First ever pass. I have never played a game where I had negative 12 passing yards after a quarter. That's embarrassing. Well, it happened last night. Yesterday afternoon, sorry, because the Browns never get a primetime game. So, DeShone Kizer, negative 12 passing yards in the first quarter against Baltimore yesterday. It is the fewest passing yards by any quarterback in a quarter since 2009, when Kerry Collins had negative 22 passing yards in the third quarter against New England. Do I ever want to go and look at why that happened, why he had negative 22? No, because I just watched the quarterback throw for negative 12 yesterday in a Cleveland Browns uniform. It is also the fewest passing yards in a first quarter since at least. Now, this is just saying at least. This is not even definitive. This is just the last time that they even went back and looked at it. Was 1991. I was not even born yet, you jackass. And you're trying to tell me you had negative 12? Good Lord. And the thing is when I really went back and looked at it, I go, hey, how is it possible that this dude really, he really had negative 12 yards? How do you do that? So I went back and looked, and I'm like, okay, DeShone Kizer was 3 of 5 for negative 12. Now, that was the passing leader. Isaiah Crowell was the rushing leader at 3 carries for 10 yards, averaging 3.3 a carry. Okay. Isaiah Crowell had 3 catches for negative 12 yards. Why is that happening? Why are you throwing to your running back where he already has negative yards? So we're going to add on more and have negative 12. No. So then, I got bored today. I was sitting here, I'm like, I'm going to go on Twitter. I'm going to go ahead and see what's popping on the good old social media and see how much they're making fun of the Browns. And yes, I'm watching the game and I get a notification saying, well, the Cincinnati Bengals would like to try and trade for Hugh Jackson. What? What do you mean? What? You're saying you guys are that messed up of a franchise? You guys want to trade for a guy who can literally only win on Christmas Day? Because remember, as we talked about this before, Hugh Jackson has only won 2 games on Christmas Day in his last 40 games. Every other game he's lost, except for when it's on Christmas Day. My God, dude, this team is bad. I don't know what else to do, really. I was sitting here, I'm watching the game yesterday, and, honestly, it was an alright game to watch. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't, it was awful to watch, but for a Browns fan, it wasn't too bad. We're used to it. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, I feel like the Browns, and I had somebody tell me yesterday, my brother tried to tell me, well, they're only a quarterback away from being a playoff team. Huh? What? What in the hell do you mean? They're only a quarterback away from being a playoff. No, guys, no. This team is terrible. They have nobody. They have Josh Gordon and Duke Johnson. They have nothing. Like, yeah, the offensive line play hasn't been horrible. Isaiah Crowell has checked out since week 4. He doesn't even want to be there. Like, yeah, he had a great run yesterday, but after that, he didn't do anything the rest of the game. Like, my God, dude, I don't even know. Like, there were multiple times, like the biggest one was Joe Flacco. He's looking at, like, I think it might have been a 2nd and goal for, I don't know what it was. It was goal to go there at the 2-yard line. They spread 3 out to the right, 2 to the left. You have a linebacker spying on the quarterback, on Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, not Cam Newton. Not a running quarterback. It's Joe Flacco, who, Joe Flacco, actually, I shouldn't say, I'm not trying to take it away from Joe Flacco, but you think Joe Flacco, you don't think running quarterback. Joe Flacco took the snap, and it was almost like it was a quarterback option, and just walked up the middle. You had a nose tackle, not a defensive end, a nose tackle. Just think about this, guys. I'm telling you this right now, and I don't make anything compared to what these coaches make. And I'm telling you right now that I will never have a defensive lineman who is a fucking nose tackle jump into coverage and have your linebacker go one-on-one with the freaking center to try and make a play with the quarterback who runs a quarterback option up the middle because he knows he has 5 offensive linemen going against 4 defensive linemen who then has 1 drop, so you're going against 1, but you add the linebacker, so it's still 4. This team is so bad. They can't even do simple stuff like that and try and guard the end. Not to mention the linebacker 6 yards in the end zone. Come on, dude. It's every week, every year, everything. It's so bad. And, they're sitting there like, well, our special teams coach is still around. I don't give a shit. That's like the year they were, we still got Phil Dawson. He's the guy who did every game. Do you guys remember that? Every game we had to listen. Well, Brown's down by 30, but, Phil Dawson is still here after he's the longest tenure Cleveland Brown. He's a kicker. I don't care. We drafted Zane Gonzalez, and every time this dude kicks it, I get nervous because he might kick it off somebody's ass or something. Really, what is going on? And, I found another stat today earlier. I just found it again. It says per Football Focus. Very good account. If you guys ever want to get into the sports about football, go check out Pro Football Focus. Great account. DeShone Kizer leads all quarterbacks. Now this is just quarterbacks in red zone turnover percentage. He gives the ball away on 9.5 of his red zone plays. So almost 10% of the time this dude is turning the ball over in the red zone. That's a hell of a stat, considering the NFL average is just 1.3. 9.5, way up here. 1.3, way down here. DeShone, you said in an interview, we heard it on TV yesterday. Well, I'm gonna go show that they got their guy. What? What do you mean we found, dude? That means literally, like 9 times out of 10, you're not turning the ball over. But, that 10th time, you're for sure going to throw that pick? No. Because when I watch DeShone, I look at the stats and I agree with it. It's still terrible stat. But when I'm watching it, I still know DeShone Kizer's going to throw a pick. DeShone Kizer's awful. And that doesn't, that play doesn't say, he hands the ball off. That's literally, you could hand the ball off 9 times and then on that 10th play, throw a pick because it's almost guaranteed to happen with him. But we're not going to get into the whole game. We're not going to get into all that. We already used up almost all this time. It's going to be a little bit longer of a video just because I want to talk about this dude, Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson, I don't understand where Jimmy Haslam keeps saying he's coming back, like this dude's done something to prove that he should come back. I think this year at this time, it was actually like, all right, I think the Browns might win a game here and there. This time, I know they're not going to win a game. They have no hope to win a game. You really thought they were going to come back and win a game because they had Josh Gordon. I really did. I was like, wow, Josh Gordon coming back, this huge wide receiver, big physical, strong wide receiver. You don't have a quarterback that can get him the ball. It's awful. You don't have a quarterback. And going back into Hugh Jackson before I go on this whole rant about why the team sucks again, because I just did that, I'm going to go ahead and get at Hugh Jackson here. Because Hugh Jackson, once again, you're my shithead of the week. You're the MVP of the game. You're everything. This is not even huge. I just want you to learn how to challenge. Like, I don't know. It may not be you. I don't know if there's somebody upstairs saying, hey, bro, like, challenge this play. We think, No. I swear to God, this dude can't even win a freaking challenge. I don't even want you to win a game at this point because I want to go to that parade. I want you to just win a challenge, dude. I can't remember last time I seen you win a challenge. But Hugh Jackson, we brought this guy in here, and people are saying, well, Hugh might go to Cincinnati. If you're Cincinnati, if you're any team, if you're anybody, just sit here and think about Hugh Jackson for a second. The guy has only had 2 wins on Christmas Day. Everything else, blah. He sucks. He's like 0-34 or whatever the hell the stat is. I don't give a shit. But if you're watching the game and you go, all right, Hugh Jackson's a coach, you're watching this team, and you go, well, do we want Hugh back? What did we bring Hugh in for? We did not bring Hugh Jackson in to bring us the playoffs. We did not bring Hugh Jackson in to win a Super Bowl. We didn't bring him to do anything. We brought him to do one thing, and that was to get the quarterback, because he's a quarterback guru. Get the quarterback, you train him. Once you're done doing that, you're gone. It's kind of like what the Cavs did when they brought in Scott. He was supposed to only teach Kyrie how to be an NBA player because the dude's really, really good. Like, he's known for being a developing coach. So we brought Hugh Jackson in. We go, hey, bro, you take this quarterback, you take these quarterbacks and you do whatever the hell you want. You're the quarterback guru. And he said, well, I'm going to go ahead and draft this dude, Cody Kessler. He doesn't have the arm. He's got good accuracy. He's got really good accuracy, but he doesn't have an arm. And trust me, just trust me on this. Trust me on the Cody Kessler pick. Guys, I honestly don't know if Cody Kessler is on the team. Like, really, I had to Google it today to make sure this dude was still on the team. And we drafted him only last year. But trust me, right? No, we're not trusting you, you fucking idiot. You suck. Then he says, Deshaun, we're going to let him go ahead and play the whole year. He's going to learn. Then you bench him. Screws up his whole mental process about the game. Then you say, no, Deshaun's our guy. Because, the other guy we put in, he threw 4 picks. So we're going to go ahead and put Deshaun back in. Now Deshaun really, really sucks. And you go, well, Deshaun wasn't ready. And you have Hugh coming out saying, well, I didn't want to hire an offense coordinator because I didn't want to put him in a bad position. Dude. The whole thing is in a bad position. Like, I'm telling you guys, we're never going to witness this for maybe 1,000 years. Like, a team this bad. Like, think about this. How bad this team really is. We're on the verge of going 2 years in a row of thinking about having a parade for going 0-16 because of how bad they are. And the new GM walks in the door and says, well, everybody else screwed up the picks, so everybody here, they're not football players. Now you got that screwing with the guys in the locker room, who anybody who hasn't checked out. Duke Johnson hasn't checked out. I love Duke Johnson. Duke Johnson's been playing great. I mean, the heart that this guy has, that Duke Johnson has, is unreal. And the fact, Matt, huge shout out to him after he scored that touchdown yesterday, doing a prayer for Ryan Shazier. That was great class. Great class out of Duke Johnson there. But the rest of this team, Hugh Jackson, Jimmy Haslam, dude, please, just quit. Please, like what we tell people, just uninstall your game. Just quit. Please, stop. Because you're awful. You haven't done one thing that anybody could honestly go, well, Jimmy Haslam did this and this is looking bright. No, you brought in a guy who's a baseball expert. You brought in Sashi Brown, who were, like, again, as I always say, he could put a rocket on the moon, but he can't put the Browns in a winning position. Now you're bringing in this guy who he's very well known around the league. I mean, he was about to be a New York Giant, but you guys stole him. I do like that idea. So, you guys, if he was well respected around the league, he's a big name guy. You guys brought him in to be your GM. And he comes in and just goes, well, we don't know if Deshaun's going to be the guy. We don't know this. We don't know that. We don't know this. We don't know that. So for the 100th time, we've heard this thing go over and over. Well, we don't know this. We don't know that. We don't even know if Hugh Jackson's going to be the head coach next year. You have your owner saying that he's coming back guaranteed. You have your GM saying, well, he might be coming back. We don't know. We have to look at everything. And then you have reporters saying that Hugh Jackson's about to get traded to the Cincinnati Bengals because now he's going to go screw up A.J. Green and Andy Dalton's careers if they have anything. Well, we know A.J. Green does, but if Andy Dalton has anything left after this awful year that he had. So it's like, what is going on? What is the whole meaning of the Browns even staying in the league? Oh, man, dude, I hate this team so much. I really do. Player of the game, Duke Johnson. I don't know what else to really say. Like I said, the dude really did have a really good game. That touchdown run that he had, too, that was a nice, very, very nice cut that he had there. But other than that, like I said, Hugh Jackson, you saw Cleveland Browns, I don't know, you guys suck too. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm done. But this is the end of the show. It was a little bit longer, about 5 minutes extra. Like I say, definitely get some feedback off of you guys. If you guys like the show, if not, whatever, I don't care. Hopefully next time we're talking about a Cleveland Browns win when we talk about a Cleveland game. But yeah, definitely look out for a little Cavs edition coming out probably towards the end of the week. We're going to talk about LeBron dominating the league and being dad to everybody else. And we'll talk about Isaiah Thomas's return, which is eyeing for supposedly we heard it was going to be the first week of January, but who knows. But for Forzy working the boards, this is Paul, and we will catch you on the next edition of the Real Sports Talk Show. Everyone have a good day.
Say nada. Say nada.